Howdy. My name is Bryce Deadmon, and I am currently an MS marketing student, class of Fighting Texas Agri class of 2021. I received my I received my bachelor's here in 2019 in the sports management department, and I am currently a member of the Texas A&M track and field team. Before I start my speech, I would like to ask all of the current graduates to look in the stands and give a round of applause to all their family and friends that helped them make it through these 4 years that they've been here. Oh, the places that you will go. My high school principal by the name of Tammy Edwards bought us this Dr. Seuss book the day of my high school graduation. And I will never in my life forget that moment, because from that day forward, I could have never imagined all the trials and tribulations or half the places that I encountered in my life. A line from the book states that sometimes in life, you'll come down from a lurch with an unpleasant bump, and chances are then you will be in a slump. Coming off the excitement of graduating high school, I thought I was about to walk into A&M as a man with a plan, a man on campus. But my first year here at Texas A&M actually ended up being the worst year of my life up to date. Not only was I unable to fulfill my role as a track and field athlete because of ankle surgery I had coming into school, but I also experienced my first major depressive episode, and it completely ravaged my life. I didn't end up running track that year because I ended up having another surgery on my ankle halfway through the season, but that was the least of my worries. I woke up every morning that year not knowing if or how I would make it to the next day. And not only that, I seriously considered dropping out of school. 1.5 GPA, therapy sessions twice a week, no track season, a broken body literally, and a broken mind. Oh, the places that you will go. I never imagined I would end up in a spot like this. You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some are lighted, but mostly they're dark. Sophomore year came around 2016, and my therapy sessions finally started paying off. You know, I started walking a little different. I was feeling myself. I was talking a little different. And I felt like I had finally got the hold of this whole college thing. You know, I sat down one day and I realized, like, you know what, I can't study 30 minutes before my test and expect to make an A like how I did in high school anymore. I don't think that works anymore. But not only this, I was looking forward to the track season. At this point in time, I hadn't ran track in well over a year and a half, and I felt as if I had something to prove not only to my teammates and my coaches, but also to myself. I had a chip on my shoulder. So track season rolls around that year, and right along with it rolls another injury. And just like that, I'm out. In the second half of the season that I did run, I ran absolutely terrible. All alone, whether you like it or not, alone will be something you'll be quite a lot. But on you will go, though the weather be foul. On you will go, though your enemy's proud. At this point, I was over it. I had felt like I had overcome so much. I had smashed through so many trials and tribulations and so many obstacles. I just felt as if this had to be my year, but there were other plans for me. At this point, I wanted out of track. I for sure wanted out of school. But strangely enough, something happened during this year. This is actually the year where I felt as if I experienced the most growth in my life. That year, I challenged myself to join 3 undergraduate student organizations to help overcome my social anxiety. Most notable of those is the Omega Psi Phi fraternity, where I met some of my lifelong brothers. I went out the country for the first time in my life that year on a study abroad during a summer session with my favorite professor, Dr. Paul Batista. And for the very first time since I had been at A&M, I finished that year with a 3.0 GPA. On and on and on you will hike. And I know you will hike far and face up to your problems, whatever they are. As junior and senior year roll around, I'm holding an executive position within my fraternity. I'm maintaining one of the highest GPAs in the chapter. I held an executive position within the NAACP. Over the course of those 2 years, I also accumulated 4 track and field All-American honors. And in addition to that, I made my first SEC All-Academic team. I was on a roll at that point. I graduated from Texas A&M summer of 2019 that year, but I decided to stay one more year due to the fact that I missed my freshman year due to COVID. I had my eyes on the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, but as I know all too well, another trial and tribulation comes along, and this time it was COVID-19. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. So be sure when you step with great care and great tact, and you remember that life is a great balancing act. Here I am stuck again, not knowing what to do. Track season had been canceled, the Olympics had been canceled, and at that point in time, I was not in a specific graduate program because I planned on getting my master's once track was done. I took a step back and sat down and kind of thought about how my life had changed so abruptly and all of a sudden. I didn't know what move to make next. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where things would end up for me. I had no clue what was going on in my life at that point. But just as Dr. Seuss said in his book, just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left. I kept pressing forward, I kept moving, and I kept pressing forward, and pressing forward is what has led me to stand here in front of you today. And will you succeed? Yes. Yes, you will. Indeed, 98 3/4% guaranteed. Fast forward to today, May 20th, 2021, at 7:30 in Reed Arena. Here I am before you, a 2-time graduate of the Texas A&M University. Debt-free. A part of the strongest alumni network in the entire world. And up to date, I am currently the 4th fastest person in the world in my respective event in track and field. Today is the end of a chapter in all of our lives, but it is definitely not the end of our journey. Life has a strange way of taking us through different valleys and different peaks, but I ask all of you all to allow life to take you through these different twists and turns because of the places that you will go. If I had given up on school, I would not be here getting my master's degree. If I had given up on track, I would not be one of the fastest people in the world up to date. And if I had given up on my life, I would not be standing here in front of you giving my testimony today that hopefully some of you all can relate to. Before I leave, I would like to repeat to you all the mantra that I repeat to myself on a day-to-day basis that kind of helps me get through my days, channeling my own inner Dr. Seuss. I will open myself up to allow life to take me wherever it wants to take me. I will not give up. Because in the end, I will succeed. If I don't give up, oh, the places that I will go, oh, the people that I will meet, oh, the places that I will see, and my God, the person that I will be. Fellow students, I ask that you please enjoy the highs of life and please allow yourself to learn how to embrace the lows, because eventually your mountaintop will come. I thank all of you all for allowing me to talk to you today, and thanks and gig 'em.